Welcome, dear friends, to Cardiac Radio at 11 p.m. We are here to nourish our souls in another program at Cardiac Radio, and we welcome you to our program Mediumship and Attunement, based on the book Mediumship and Attunement. This book is originally written in Portuguese, Mediunidade e Sintonia, a book that was psychographed by the medium Chico, Xavier, authored by the spirit Emmanuel. And this book was written in 1985 to 1986 and published in 1986, 33 years ago. And today we have the single opportunity of sharing with you another chapter translated for you. This book talks about mediumship. What is mediumship? Emmanuel defines in the preface. Mediumship is mental force. Okay. Mediumship is, what else? Let's see. He defines in 4 different terms, and we have to read it again and again and again until we never forget it, right? I agree. He says, mediumship is creative talent of the soul. Pause for a second. Creative talent of the soul. If you're not educated in mediumship, creativity, what is going to happen? Creative talent of the soul. It's our co-creative capacity. That's why he says capacity to communicate. No wonder we have many problems in our relationships, because we do not educate our mediumship. And we speak words we didn't mean. We avoid people that we shouldn't be avoiding. Why? Because we don't know what to do with everything we feel in our relationships. So mediumistic education, he says, mediumship is to interpret the soul, magnet in the very being. So I'm going to attract things. But if I don't educate it, I won't know how to filter it out. And he adds, attunement is mutual agreement. So he says, when we think of mediumship and know that attunement is within it, what are we attuning with? If whatever I do, I feel, I say, I think, is attracting. I'm not only emitting, but I'm attracting. What are we attracting? That's why today, in chapter 15, Emmanuel titles it In the Good to the Noise. You know, it's interesting because Emmanuel brings to us the beauty of life, the beauty. And he tells us about this seeking the good in all circumstances. That doesn't mean we're not going to be able to tell our children, no, I don't think so. Or to people at work, no, these are my boundaries, etc. But we do it with love, with firmness, but loving firmness. Let's think about this. It's the masculine and the feminine inside of us conjugated together. Loving firmness. There is firmness and there's love into it. That's the combination, okay? Before I begin reading this chapter, I'm going to say hi to those who are here live and the ones that I see. If I'm not seeing your name, probably I'm not seeing the list, so forgive me. And if you're listening or watching this on demand, big hug to you too, right? So, begin with Raquel. Thank you, Raquel, for joining us. Big hug to you. Jailton, how are you, Jailton? Teresa Castro, welcome. Raquel Bakesh, thank you for being here. Andrea Torres, my friend, a big hug and a kiss for everything that you do there. Melissa, a super tight hug on you, Melissa. Okay? Sol Souza, how are you? And the beautiful daughter, big hug to the both of you. John De Rosa, a hug to you too. Sunshine, how are you, Sunshine? Thank you for your loving kindness. Karina Lisa, is it your birthday? Happy birthday to you, Karina. All right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karina. We all love you. A kiss to you. Nora Brazil, how are you? Adilson, welcome. Francine Salido, how have you been? Long time no see you, Francine. Welcome. Big hug to you, friends. Yay, celebrating. Beautiful. Happy birthday from all of us, right, friends? Right now, in the celebration of life, we all have problems, right? Some people think that because they see us smiling, being joyful, we don't have problems. Everybody does, friends. It's an illusion to think that there is any being on this planet that doesn't have problems. We all do. Big deal, because that's the nature of the school of life. We're supposed to have challenges, and we breathe in and out and pray. As we said to a friend today, inspired by Mentor Joseph, God, when I plug in the universal plug, God, consciously, everything unfolds more easily in our lives. Most often than not, our sensations of discomfort regarding our challenges, they are maximized when we feel distanced from God. Let us bring God closer to our hearts, because God is close. We need to feel. Right, Paula? Paula, I didn't get to talk to you. Let's talk tomorrow. A kiss to you, okay? And a hug to Tony. I didn't get to say hi to him. Okay? So, ready? We ask the good spirits inside of our hearts that they envelop us with open mind, open hearts, to be permeable to the message. We're ready to learn, dear Lord. Ready? In the good, today and always, from the book Mediumship and Attunement. If you aspire to collaborate in the divine kingdom on earth, do not give too much emphasis to evil, so that the good may germinate and extend to the great field of life. Pause. We cannot go on reading, because this is already a lot, right? Daisy, how are you? Paula, so sweet of you. So, friends, do you aspire to do the good, constructing the divine kingdom on earth? Do you? That's a question for us, because he's conditioning this text to those who feel that way. You do? Yes, Melissa. Yes, friends. If you aspire, because there are some people who want to be happy, but they don't think about building the divine kingdom on earth. But if you do, he says, do not give too much emphasis to evil. But we do, right? We do. I know. We give too much importance to ignorance. But you know, often we are like children. Observe how we are as like children. When they are little, they see their shadow. They don't know what it is. They keep looking at it. They keep giving too much importance to it. Some are afraid of it. Others try to chase it or run away from it. And how are we? We look at the shadows, which is the absence of light, and we give too much importance to it. But he's saying, if you want, aspire, has this ideal, if you have this ideal of building the kingdom of God on earth, do not give importance to the problems, the lack, the issues, the absence of the light, evil. So the good may germinate and extend to the great field of life. You want to make a test? When spring comes, if you are listening to this and it's close to gardening time, what do you give more importance to, the flowers that are blooming or to the weed that is trying to reach? There are people, they pay so much attention to the weed that is trying to take over the garden, they lose themselves being mad at the weed flowers around the weed grass instead of paying attention to the beauty. So Emmanuel is saying, if you want to help bring the divine kingdom on earth, focus on the good. Focus on the good. Let it germinate and extend to the great field of life. Facing the rocks of incomprehension, do not renounce the sacrificial plow of tolerance, so that the crust of cruelty may become the foundation of the spiritual edification to which you strive. Hello, Dulce. We will face incomprehension. What do you do with it? Do you feel hurt? It hurts. But then, what is our choice? To keep being tolerant. I'm upset, I'm sad. Breathe in and out and say, okay, tomorrow's another day. We will begin anew. I can already visualize ourselves united, working together in harmony. Right? Like the song Ebony and Ivory. Right? Together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord, why don't we? Why don't we? And it's beyond races, it's about differences. We need to bridge it up with the remedy of tolerance. Tolerance is a virtue. Remember the book, Thought and Life. 30 chapters. A summary for those who want to reincarnate and accomplish their reincarnatory plan. Thought and Life by Emmanuel through Chico Xavier. One of the chapters, 25, tolerance. Why? Because we need to give a second chance. As much as we want a second chance. Do you? We do. Right? You know, when Jesus was at the cross, many people don't meditate enough on his statement, Father, forgive, for they don't know what they are doing. How often, friends, we don't know what we're doing. We think we do, but we don't. We take actions, or we don't take actions that we're supposed to. We react when we're not supposed to react. And problems come up. But we wish people could give us a break and say, I get it, I understand. But we don't do the same. Come on, let us open the heart And he says sacrificial plow of tolerance, meaning you really have to dig. You really have to dig to find the good. We have to dig. And it takes effort. Sacrifice. Sacrifice of what? The ego. Because I need to leave the comfort zone of what I think is right to reach out to the other and embrace the other person. Right? Hi Nina Dewey. Hi Aline. Hi Rihanna. Welcome friends. The sacrificial plow of tolerance. Yesterday in the previous chapter we were talking about education as a result of discipline, and discipline as a result of sacrificing. And we were asked to outline 3 top things we need to sacrifice. Ego, in the ego. And we say ego, not the bird. It's about ego. It's when we think we are the center of the universe. We're not. Who is? God is. So I want to draw something here for you. Let's say this is a planet. Okay, look at this image. There is something here, a star, and a planet orbiting around. Where is God for you? Are you here and God is here, orbiting around you? Or the reverse? God is here and you are orbiting around God. Where do you think you are? That's a test, huh? That's a quiz. Okay, so I'm gonna choose. Okay, that's the choice. God is here and I'm here. Many people live their lives in the reverse. I am the center. God, please come serve me. God is serving me. God is doing what I need. When I don't feel like it, I'm upset with God because I feel like I'm in the center. No, no, no. God is in the center and I am serving around, being sustained by God. But just like earth and the sun giving life and we are orbiting around. That's why every day I raise my thoughts and say, Jesus, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Because he's the governor of this planet. Right, Renata? Big hug to you and Maxie. Okay? All right. So, if we want to collaborate in the construction, do not give too much importance to evil. Seek the good always. If there is incomprehension, tolerance. In the thorns of free persecution, because they exist. There are people who don't like us, they dislike us, and they are going to go after us to destroy us just because it happens. Do not depart from patience. Patience. So that the ingredients of the test, so it's a test. Why do people do this? I don't know, but we know it's a test for us. Little by little, those ingredients become fertilizers in our plantations of imperishable values, making us stronger. So, free persecution, patience. How do I practice patience? Staying calm and saying, what can I do, right? Why do they do this? Hopefully we don't persecute others. Do you persecute anyone? Hopefully not. Do not take anyone as your enemy. he's talking about in the construction of the good. Do not take anyone as enemy. When adversaries do not reveal themselves as instructors, they are sick patients in need of protection and understanding. So he's saying there are people who make themselves adversaries to us. Sometimes they teach us lessons because the way they lead their lives is like a competition. And it's teaching us to be better than we are. Saying, come on. Some people have a hard time at work, for example, because of the competitiveness. And there are environments, work environments that are really harsh. People are very competitive. It's hard. But there are certain occasions in which it boosts our progress, because there are people who won't progress if you don't push. So we need to play games. Vanessa, what are you talking about? We're saying, if you need to work at a certain place and cannot leave, and you don't like exactly what's going on there because it feels sour, in the sense of like it's not very comfortable, it's not sweet, we need to learn a lesson. Seek the good in the sourness. The day we learn the lesson, God says, you're done here, now you can go. If we're still there, there is a reason. We don't reincarnate for a vacation. To be good in the world, and then what? We need to teach our children. You're here temporarily. So don't think of creating a physical empire, because that's not why we're here. Yes, you may build a company, a hospital, you may be even the president of a country, okay? As you wish, but that's not the end goal. It may be the means, but the end is immortal. What is this all about? What is the true intention? You really want to help? That's what the message is saying today. If you aspire to collaborate in the construction of the divine kingdom. So, number 1, do not give too much importance to evil. 2, the rocks of incomprehension, deal it with the plow of tolerance. He's telling us if there is free persecution, be patient. If there are adversaries, they may teach us lessons, so we are not left in the comfort zone of our inertia. And sometimes those adversaries will be people whom we need to understand and help. Everywhere we'll be confronted by those who do not really know us, and who judge us by superficial impressions or opinions heard from others. They become instruments of our difficulties. Does that happen to you? Yeah. People don't know us, and they assume. That's life. What do? Nothing. It's their problem, not ours. We're not in a contest for the most lovable being on earth. No, we're not. We're not. So, we're not born to be the winners in the contest of being the most lovable ones. So if you have that expectation, throw it away. Accept yourself. Let's accept ourselves. I love and approve of myself. It's hard, but it's vital. To repeat, friends, how much of positive thoughts you have during the day. We need daily coaching of the mind. Think the positive, feel the positive, so we can speak and do positive things. Oh, but the voices come and say, you are not good enough. I said, I am a child of God like you are. And I turn to the obsessors and I say, look, you are a child of God and you forgot. And you too, you are a child of God and you forgot. You reincarnate to learn to do good, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn the good. Reincarnation. You need to reincarnate. It's not easy peasy lemon squeezy. We need to reincarnate. And that's what we're here now doing. Reincarnation, the path of progress. And that's what we're here for, to progress. So each and every day, says Emmanuel in the book Living Spring, even if it is a few inches, we need to push and be better today than yesterday. Try something new. New thoughts. It's not a new course somewhere else. New thoughts, new feelings, new words, new actions. Surprise yourself. And then look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and say, wow, you were funny that time. I like that. Wow, you were really patient. Wow, congratulations. Why not having that loving dialogue with yourself? Stop the criticism. Stop self-criticism. You're judging a creature of God, you. That's not good. And if we learn to do that loving dialogue with ourselves, we'll be able to do it with other people. So Emmanuel is saying, sometimes people appear in the position of companions who claim demonstrations of heroism and sanctity from us that they themselves don't yet possess, or in the form of censors who reproach our presence and work without considering the objective of our manifestations. And there are people who come to us, and no matter how hard you try, they always want more. They always want you to give more of yourself, to be better. And they themselves don't demand any of that from them. So what does Emmanuel propose? Let us all welcome them with serenity and love. That's a beautiful and interesting virtue. Serenity. Vanessa, what is serenity in this crazy world? We need a model, right? Jesus Christ. Serenity. Think about this. The governor of the planet. 10,000 things to take care of. Meetings with the governors of other planets, of other solar systems, who knows? And billions of cases of the flock that he's in charge of. And yet, he was so serene when he incarnated. He woke up. Nobody has ever heard that Jesus was worried and concerned and in a rush. He's the role model of serenity. He would go fishing every day with Peter, or do carpentry when needed every day. Help people one by one. Nobody has ever heard that Jesus turned people down because he was tired. And he was always serene. That's our master. Our inbuilt system, the mirror neurons, ask us, look at the master. Pay attention. Imitate. Imitate the master. Serenity. Breathe in and out to turn on the parasympathetic system. Relax. We can only be serene when we are also physically relaxed. Right, Dulce? She's saying if we don't practice serenity, then time will come that will force us to do it. Exactly. Sooner or later. And say, everything is well. Everything is well. Everything is under God's order, and it is. And this shall pass. He says, love. Let us welcome people with serenity and love, and continue the task of goodwill in the certainty that time will speak for us today, tomorrow, and forever. I remember when I was 22 years old, doing research at the University of São Paulo in Brazil. And I remember my PhD mentor saying, we were working on a project and I was concerned about certain things. As wise as he was, he turned to me and said, Vanessa, there are two things that are unbeatable. Work and time. Keep working. Time will tell. Don't worry about what people say, what they're doing. Just keep working and time will tell. I never forget it. And I thank him for sharing that wisdom. Emmanuel is saying exactly the same. Keep doing the good. That's why he says, task of the goodwill. Be of goodwill. Be willing to do the good. And time will be our best attorney. Because the track record of the good is going to be laid out there. And I say track record for lack of better expression, okay? But just saying, the footprints of the good, they will be there. Not for others to see, but they will be recorded in us, in our spirit. Hello, Maria. Whoa, how are you? And whenever evil seeks you, put on the armor of goodness and help it renew itself in uplifting experience. And when does evil seek us? Ignorance. It's inside ourselves. It's not external. Some people think that evil is an entity outside of us. No, no, no. Evil is the absence of the good. So, if we're the divine seed, we need to expand. We need to make the effort. Be willing to sprout. But we need the armor, the protection of the willingness to do the good. We need that protection. Some people always ask, how do I protect myself? Do the good. Seek the good in every occasion. You're taking a shower. Seek the good right there. Be grateful. That's why they say gratitude is number one. Do you practice gratitude? Oh, Vanessa, I don't. Don't feel guilty. Let's improve the rates, and do homework. Let's practice gratitude in the next 24 hours. Okay? Be grateful for everything. But we need to seek the good. If you're taking a shower, thank God I have a shower, because there are people who don't have a shower. Thank God it's warm water, because there are many people who don't have warm water. Thank God I am healthy enough to take shower by myself, because there are people who cannot take a shower by themselves. Or who cannot take a shower at all because they're sick, in bed, and they cannot take a shower. Thank God we have a break to take a shower, because there are people who work so much they barely have time for themselves. Right, Rudy, we're grateful to this possibility of being together through Kardec Radio, through this opportunity. Thank you, Rudy. Thank you, God. But put the armor of goodness. What is to be good? It's to do the good, to be willing to share the good, because everything that God gives us is good. Okay? All right? Thank you, Dulce, for your friendship and loving kindness. So he finalizes, of course, by talking about our model, Jesus. He says, do not resist. Oh. Feel it. This scripture we need to feel. Feel it. Do not resist. We know why he's saying this? Because we read, when evil seeks you, put an armor of the goodness. And we're like, but Emmanuel, but when people come and do this, oh my God. He's saying, do not resist. Do not resist. Open yourself up to your very essence, which is a good essence. Imagine if Jesus had adopted a reaction of wounded dignity, the call to justice would have erased the splendor of the good news. Yet, the Divine Master's silence and sacrifice evokes the learning and the sublimation of the whole humanity, yesterday, today, as it will happen in the future. Prediction. More and more people will surrender to it. Do not resist. You feel hurt? Reset, renew yourself, begin anew, believe in the good. Do you believe in the good? So let us tell ourselves, I believe in the good. I believe in the good, and I believe in the good. Tell yourself, it's an affirmation. I believe in the good. The good is all there is. Evil is just its absence, so we need to expand the good. So evil, dissolves, like turning on a light. Darkness disappears. If there is darkness in your life, turn on the light of your loving heart. Okay? That's what we need to do. And that's one more reason for us to pray in the good today and always. So let us pray visualizing the serenity of the Master Jesus. And says, dear Jesus, thank you for teaching us one more day. Thank you for sending Emmanuel as a teacher for us, sublime in the efforts through Chico Xavier. Thank you for encouraging us to begin anew and to do the good. It feels so good to know that we can do the good and to know that we're children of God. We're learning, and it feels good to learn. So thank you. Thank you for leading us to renovation, to new understanding, and to new feelings. May we do the good more often today than we have done yesterday, And may tomorrow be always another day in hope, joy, and courage. And so be it. Joy to the world. The Lord has come. Da 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 da. It's Christmas. Every time we feel the presence, it's Christmas for us, right, Lívia Moraes? Friends, let us be grateful to God for one more opportunity. Until tomorrow, God willing.